Hey guys, Kingkade here, and welcome back to another video. And in this video, I'm going to be showing you how to AFK these things right here, and also these eggs over here on Arm Wrestling Simulator. Let's get right into this. So if y'all don't know, basically these eggs have a chance to go ahead and give you shards, which you can use to craft together to give you some pretty good stuff. If you want to see the good stuff that these eggs give you, I recommend checking out my previous video where I opened up 3 uncommon eggs, 2 rare eggs, and 1 epic egg, and we got some really good stuff, so I recommend checking that out. But basically, I'm going to be showing y'all how to AFK these, because many people think they have to be present in the game clicking them to actually go ahead and destroy them, but that's not the case. So first off, to go ahead and AFK them, what you want to do is you want to download this thing called TinyTask. This is a thing that many of the pros use, and basically what it does is you record yourself moving around, and then it automatically repeats it for you, and you don't have to click around. So if I go ahead and click record, and if I go like up, right, down, left, and then if I end the recording, I can go ahead and play it back on loop, and my avatar will just keep doing that. So basically I recommend downloading it. If you don't have it downloaded, what I recommend doing is watching a tutorial video. I believe the YouTuber DV Plays made a tutorial video on how to get like auto clickers and macros, which is what this is. So I recommend watching that video because he shows you how to use it and everything. And another thing you want is an auto clicker. And you don't need an auto clicker, but it just makes it easier because then you don't have to like click super fast. But yeah, so basically in the preferences over here, go ahead and select continuous playback. So continuous playback right here, and look at your recording and playback hotkey. My recording hotkey is F8 and my playback hotkey is Control Shift Alt P. So pretty easy. So I recommend changing these, making sure you know what they are. And also, if you're planning on using an auto clicker with this, make sure that your auto clicker keybinding is different. So previously this was F8, but then that would mess up the macro and stuff, so I just made it into U. So once you have all that, just go ahead and memorize the recording, playback hotkey, and the hotkey for your auto clicker. So then once we have all that, you can go ahead and click the minus. Don't click the X, just click the minus. And then once you're in the game, what you want to do is just position your camera into a spot where you can see everything. So probably like right here, because whenever you use the macro, you don't want to move your camera around. So you don't want to be looking around like this whenever you use the macro, because it like messes it up and stuff. So just make sure that you just like lock your camera like this and don't move it around. You move your mouse around and you can move around like this, but just make sure you don't move your camera. And before we go ahead and start recording our movements, make sure you unequip your trail, because your trail kind of like messes up your speed sometimes. So just go ahead and unequip that so you have no trail equipped, so then you can just go ahead and run at a constant speed. And now what you want to go ahead and do is you want to start and end at the same spot. So what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna go ahead and teleport. Maybe everyone can teleport over to the Easter event world. If you aren't able to teleport, then that's all right. Just make sure you start and end in the same spot. But the teleporting thing right here will allow us to easily start and end in the same spot, because if we click teleport, then it teleports us to this spot, which is the exact same spot. Because what the macro does is it just keeps looping. So like if I start right here and if I end right here, after like 10 runs, it will eventually mess up, and then I will be starting like all the way over here. So that's why we want to start and end in the exact same spot. And if we're even like a pixel over, then it messes it up. So that's why we teleport. So now what you want to do, go ahead and click your record hotkey. So I would click F8, click the screen twice, click this right here, click teleport over to the Easter event world. Then I would run forward, click this, turn on my auto clicker, and then I would just like run right here. So these eggs, they spawn in random spots, but there are certain spawns. So we would just run around. We would stay here for about like 20 seconds while we destroy these eggs. So these eggs aren't going to be in the same spot every time. So that's why we want to go to all spawn locations. So there we go. Then we would run right here, and then we would just go ahead and stay here until both of these eggs are broken, and maybe like a little bit longer. See, that egg does spawn, because these eggs, they have like 15 different spawn locations, but only 10 of the spawn locations spawn at once. So let's go ahead and stand here, and then let's go ahead and run over to this other spawn location. And also, if there isn't an egg there, you might want to stay there a little bit longer. Like I would just stay here for a little bit, because if there were to be an egg there, I would want to make sure I destroy it. And then we would run down here, because these are 2 more spawn locations. So then we would go ahead and wait for both of these eggs to break. We can stay here a little bit longer if we want to. And there we go. And then there's also another spawn location down here for them. So now we would wait for both of these eggs to break as well. And also, if there isn't an egg there, then make sure you're still standing there. Let's go ahead and do that one more time. We could end it there if you want to, but I'm just going to go ahead and do like about 1 more loop. So then we would go ahead and stand here, because these are like 2 more spawn locations. And then we'll go ahead and run up here. So let's go ahead and stand here, wait for both of those eggs to destroy. And once this one is destroyed, I'm going to end it. And there we go, it's destroyed. So I'm going to end it. And now make sure you don't move your camera around as well. So now that we ended it, we want to go ahead and click our playback hotkey. And there we go. I'm not touching my keyboard at all right now. And I accidentally forgot to turn off my auto. So also, by the way, make sure you do turn off your auto clicker. So down here, after you went ahead and recorded it and you like the recording, make sure you turn off your auto clicker. So we we will just go ahead and close that. And now what we'll do is we'll click Control Alt Shift, and now I'm not touching my keyboard at all. So my hands are completely off the keyboard right now. It's doing all of this by itself, and I can just go ahead and continue to AFK. I would have to record it again because I did accidentally mess up one of my settings, so it kind of recorded that. So if you mess up the recording, it's very easy. Just end the recording and then just go ahead and restart it if you mess up. But yeah, it's very simple. So why you want to click the screen twice though is because sometimes if you like start the recording and then instantly click the teleport button, sometimes the teleport screen doesn't pop up. That's why you want to click the screen twice, then click teleport, and then do all that other stuff. Also, after you finish the recording, make sure you play it again and watch the playback just to make sure everything is correct. Such as whenever I went ahead and clicked playback, I realized that I did mess up because I did go ahead and accidentally change one of these settings in my auto clicker while I was recording it. So then that messed up the recording. But yeah, anyway, you would just go ahead and do that and then click playback, and then you would go ahead and go AFK overnight or something, and then you'll just wake up with tons of shards. Also, you can do that with these ones over here as well. If you don't want to AFK these eggs, you just go ahead and record, run over here, and then you can go ahead and destroy all the stuff over there, which I don't really see a reason to destroy these because all of these have the same percent chance, like 1.5%. This one is also 1.5%, and then if you go ahead and check these eggs over here, these are also 1.5%. So I don't really see a reason. Maybe you can get more blue shards in this area, but the purple shards are still the same chance. So there's no reason to really do this over this egg area. I just go ahead and AFK these eggs over here. But yeah, anyway, just go ahead and record your movements, click playback, and then you'll go ahead and auto do this. But yeah, that's how you go ahead and AFK these eggs though on Arm Wrestling Simulator. So that's gonna be all for this video. So make sure you leave a like, subscribe, and turn on post notifications, and I'll see you all in the next video.